Welcome one, welcome all. Welcome, Phil. And
Welcome.
welcome. I think I have a cat in this room somewhere, but I don't know. Welcome back to Whispers from the Void. My God, it's been such a long time.
Oh,
It's been way too long. I'm Evan, in
and I'm
case you
Phil.
forgot.
And if you forgot me or not, I'm Phil de Vitesse for the Intimates. Thanks for tuning in, folks. At least I did it. I did remember that line to say at every beginning of the episode. Damn, it's been such a fucking long time, eh?
Yes, yes, it has. It's fucking. It's been a long time. It's because of me. I had a, uh, I had a family,
Mm.
um, situation that kept me away for a while. But we're back. I'm back.
Yeah,
I'm back. Um, Hopefully I'll be getting back into, things are starting to get back to normal. So we're gonna start recording regularly again, and I'm also gonna start going back to doing reviews. I haven't done a review in a long time. Sorry, Matt. Um, I have a couple shows that I'm gonna be going to. I'm gonna try to do more show reviews again. Just slowly but surely get back into the swing of things. Um,
perfect.
yeah, that's all I'm gonna say about that. Phil,
Well, on my
how
side,
how have you been?
Things are pretty good. Like I'm pretty busy too. I'm now officially the graphic designer for Matt for Vox and Ops. Officially, it's not announced, but if you go on the website, there is my bio. Not my
It's
photo
Phil.
yet because like we don't have time to do a photo shoot.
No one's got
But
time for that.
yeah, nobody's got time for that. So I'm like the invisible guy in the photo. Like you can see me like just behind the brewery, the brewery photo. I just behind like behind I don't know, a fermenter or something. But yeah. So yeah, pretty busy on that side. I'm working on music. So pretty busy on that side too. Uh, I'm working, so pretty on that, pretty busy on that side because like my day just working and like on the evening I just want to watch animes. That's all I want to do. But yeah, basically yeah. Going to shows next week. I got a big festival coming in Montreal, so I will go to that festival. It's an hardcore festival, so there will be a lot of spin kicking, a lot of punching, and a lot of Grayson Carpenter singing for a band.
Yes, that they just had their first show. Was that right? Their first live show?
Yeah, yeah,
Yep.
Bruiserweight. Because like Grayson is like I don't know how many bands. Like every time I see this guy, he's like, "Yo, I got a new project. I got a new project." I'm like, "Dude, how many bands are you in?" Like he got jarred. He had Choose Over a while, but it didn't work out, so he's not in it anymore. He got Bruiserweight. He got a couple of other projects. That guy is fucking active. So yeah, I'm going to see him at that festival and help him for his podcast. So yeah, it's going to be fun because he's sponsoring the event in question. So that's an interesting thing. Very interesting, in fact. So yeah, couple of show coming. Too much show coming in a way
Way too many.
because way too much. Like in
I
Quebec and
actually,
Montreal, I realized that I have so much show that I realized, yo, I have to move an apartment this year. I will not have money for all the shows.
I had an opportunity to go see um the record release show for High Command, and Fuming Mouth was on the bill,
Ooh,
and I missed my chance because of whatever
yeah,
I had going on,
yeah.
unfortunately. But I did manage to get tickets to go see Dead Congregation,
Ooh,
which is coming to the States
nice.
in April, March, April. I think it's April.
Perfect.
Mourned is on that bill too. You know I love my Mourned.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty excited. Um, there's been a couple different. I gotta shout out the some of the guys over at Ralph's because there's been a couple different um booking age. There's been two
Mm.
different entities booking. We'll say that I've
Yeah.
noticed, and both of them have done a fucking stellar job in getting a lot of like really like unique, very unique bands that come through. Like I've always felt that it was like sort of it was always a bunch of locals, but that's what you
Mm.
get with an underground. But I mean to get some of these bands that they're getting um
Mm.
to the scale that they are, it's awesome. And I think that these shows are just getting better and better. Um so hats off to them. It's very exciting. It's very cool. So
That's great. That's great. And I also realized on my side mostly, I don't know for you, but like in the past, most of the show that I wanted to see were not on the weekends and not on the Fridays, for example. Like most of the show I wanted to see were like on Wednesdays, Mondays, Thursdays,
yeah,
Tuesdays.
I think this next show I'm going to is actually on a Thursday.
And like I realized
Albeit,
that all the show that I'm going to see right now that I got tickets for, Saturdays and Fridays. And I'm like, every time I see it, they're coming to Montreal or Quebec. And I'm
mhm.
whoa, it's on Saturday. What the fuck? Is it going to be the apocalypse or something? Like, it never happened in like, I don't know how many years. Like
Yeah.
it's so stupid. Like I'm just like, yo, you want me to die? You want me to take all my money? What the fuck? You want all my money? Okay, take it. Take it. I don't care. I would just like finish on the street and just be like, yo, I want some money, please. So,
So let's see. With all that said, let's uh let's go to beers, huh?
you
You can
can start.
tell you
Well,
can tell I'm getting back into it because I have beers in my fridge. I know it's February, Phil.
yeah,
So
yeah,
I'll let you go
because
first.
but I have a beer, but it's not a beer with alcohol. But it's very interesting and it enters in the metal because it's the Ghostwalker, the Lamb of God, Ghostwalker by Brewdog. It's an IPA. Is it an IPA? They don't say it's an IPA. I
Yeah,
don't
I
think it's an
thought it was.
IPA.
Thought it was an IPA.
I thought it was an IPA. They don't say it on the can. So I think it's an IPA. It was brewed in Ohio,
Yeah,
believe it or not.
that's
So yeah,
their because don't they have a
yeah, they have
overseas?
yeah they have a brewery in Ohio, Brewdog. So yeah, because like for those who don't know, Brewdog is from Scotland. So and to be fair, I'm not the biggest fan of non-alcoholic Brewdog, but yeah. So the Ghostwalker. And what do you have in stock, my dear buddy?
Let me see. Let me pull you back up here. So yeah, I have now stocking. I've now begun to stock beers again in my fridge. So, glorious
Yay!
day. It's been almost a year and a half since I've actually had beers in this fridge. So I have two.
Damn.
I have two. But the one I'm gonna have right now is from Kettlehead Brewing Company, M16.
Wow.
It's a double IPA. 8%. Kettlehead is a brewery located in New Hampshire, and
Ooh.
I gotta tell you, it's solid. I had one so far out of the 4 pack, so I am I realized I gotta get back into the beer game. I have not seen or had enough beers. I need to start
I mean, sometimes
going
it's
back
good.
to
Yeah.
expanding. So classic
Ooh.
double IPA, sort of that creamsicle sort of tone. It has a
Damn.
pretty decent head on it.
Well, cheers. Mm.
Juicy. Yeah.
This one I can.
I used to be able to tell the hops, and it's been a while, so I can't really.
You have to train your mouth again. Train your taste buds.
There's no Citra in this, I can tell you that.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's interesting to know.
Probably a mosaic.
Mosaic could be like very probably it. Because
Yeah.
most of the IPAs have mosaic in it.
Yeah,
Most
definitely
of
that.
it. Most of it. But yeah, so, and just talk about it because it's Sober February. This one is pretty good. I have to say this Brewdog beer is pretty good. I'm not the biggest fan, like I said, I'm not the biggest fan of Brewdog on the non-alcoholic side, but Brewdog as beer, like I love the Punk IPA. The Punk IPA is still like a staple of that brewery and it's fucking good. But yeah, this one is very legit. I love it. So cheers for everyone that is sober and the non-sober people like Mr. over here. But yeah, and also if I finish this one, I have another one because why not? Let's present it. I got the Libra from Upstreet. It's an Hazy IPA. Well, there's like the Libra is like the not the brand. It's not the company name, but it's like it's the brand of the non-alcoholic beer. It's from Upstreet, from Charlottetown. I think it's in Charlottetown. Where is it? I don't remember my fucking country. Not. I don't remember my Canada. So weird. Charlottetown. PE. What the fuck? Where is it? I don't remember. Let me check that out. Because they don't say where it's coming. Just the city. Oh, it's from Prince Edward Island. Interesting. But yeah, I will crack this open later in the podcast. I don't know how many minutes we will have, how many hours, how many days we will have for this episode. But yeah, so what do you want to talk about, Evan? Because it's not like we have like a game planified or something for like the biggest hiatus in the history of whispers.
So, in my hiatus, I did try to keep up metal wise. You guys saw that we did our reviews. And I thought that our top albums came out pretty awesome. The outpour of support on that was pretty sweet and pretty cool to see. I thought that it was also a good year for a lot of underground bands. Skypig, for example, I think has I know that like in our group and like everybody that's listened, like that is an album that everybody has really latched onto. So that's always good to see. Outside of that, metal wise, I've really gotten into a COD, which was Jerry's
Ooh.
pick.
Yeah, the
And
collab.
they're coming out with another I believe it's another album. They're coming out with one right now, which I think is probably going to make my top 10 this year because it's already a fucking banger. The 3 songs they've released are already
Damn.
fantastic. I will say that it's already turning out to be a pretty decent year. But then my illustrious partner here did a review without me, and he reviewed a deathcore album that I mean we gotta fight about it because
Okay.
he says, and I quote, It's the best deathcore album of the recent years, better than insert popular deathcore band. Now, Phil, I love you. I respect you. I know you. Here we go.
Oh fuck.
How recent do you want to go?
Our recent?
How recent you want to go?
I know you know what I'm talking about. I'm sure
Phil.
you know.
Phil.
Do you want me to say the
I
fucking
don't know.
man?
I don't know if you know what good deathcore sounds like.
Oh, fuck off.
I don't know, dude.
Fuck off.
I'm just saying.
Fuck off. You know what I'm talking about.
I want to tell you. I want to tell you. All right. There were some critically, like, undervalued deathcore records that came out like just last year.
Yeah.
Between Bit for an Autopsy, Shadow of Intent, honestly, Eulogy. I can't believe people
Okay.
hated over it the way that they did. Men in Prison.
Okay. So hear me out. Why I'm saying the best deathcore? Well, for the reason that for me, Fit for an Autopsy, though it's deathcore, for me it's not deathcore in the deathcore definition of what I have of deathcore. I don't know if you follow me. Just like for me, it doesn't sound as deathcore as what I think. Like it's not the deathcore that I talked in my review. Go check the review, please.
Now, bands like Brand of Sacrifice.
Yeah.
We're going to are you saying that this was better than the latest Brand of Sacrifice?
No, I'm not saying this.
Well, Phil, I read the headline.
No, okay.
I have it right here.
You want me what band I have in mind for that insert popular band?
Yes.
Lorna Shore. That's the band that I have in mind, and I didn't want it to put the name in the headline for the simple reason that I didn't want it to have too much hate.
Bill, you should have, because
I already do it in a fucking video. If you see it, I already do it, and I admit the album of Lorna Shore is not as good as people think.
No, I agree. I think that Lorna Shore
It's overrated.
It is. It's like everything else. It's the most. It has the craziest gutturals, and that's what makes everybody fucking wet about it.
Yeah, but like musically, it just poor. It just like it's the same thing over and over. And okay, you can say the same thing about this album, but yet again, for me, this distant album, and like I said, when I said insert popular recent, like you talked about Brand of Sacrifice, Fit for an Autopsy, but those bands don't have the same like popular like recognition than Lorna Shore right now. Right now, people, the fans of Lorna Shore are just saying Lorna Shore, and like every fucking news website are talking about Lorna Shore this, Lorna Shore that. Like that band wasn't even existing a few years ago. It wasn't even on the headline, and now they're doing the fucking tour with Mastodon. Like it just, that band is popular. And more popular than Fit.
What I want to also say about that too is that how quickly things change, right?
Yeah.
When you talk about Lorna Shore and who their vocalist used to be.
Yeah.
And then you talk about like where that band came from. I think Flesh Coffin's a better album, personally.
Flesh Coffin from the
Lorna Shore.
From Lorna Shore. To be fair, Lorna Shore, I know Immortal. That's the only album that I know of them. Before the new album.
They had two previous albums, yeah.
Yeah, and I wasn't like, is Flesh Coffin with Tom Barber? I think Tom Barber was in that band, no?
Yeah,
Or
I
it
think
was
so.
CJ McCrary.
No, Jay McCrary was I think Barber was either uh Psalms or I think it was Psalms, but so
Uh,
the thing is that for those that don't remember, there was this huge like shuffle between like three bands in the scene. Signs of a Swarm,
yeah.
Low on the Shore. Fuck, there was one more band.
Chelsea Green.
Chelsea's Grin. Like they all sort of it was funny, they like all traded vocalists.
Yeah, because like, okay, I'm on the website. Like, Tom Barber did the first two album of Lorna Shore.
So he did Flesh Coffin and Psalms.
Yeah, and CJ McCrary did Immortal, and Pain Remains is the fourth album. It's now with Ramos.
Yes.
Hmm.
And then you had um so obviously McCready, he got shunned from the scene,
Yeah.
rightfully so.
Yeah.
And that pretty much almost killed the band.
Yeah. That pretty much almost killed the band, but
So I think that what a lot of people are really into is that the idea of like, oh, they're totally different. They're resurrected. They're like this totally different band now. Um, which in reality they kind of aren't. They just have a different vocalist. A vocalist, granted, with a crazy range, but like let's not forget, McCready had a fucking crazy range too. If you
yeah.
heard early Signs of the Swarm, like his range was equally as fucking nuts as it was for because like listen, you can only get I think that you reach a limit as a person, as a human, because like you can only get so fucking low and so fucking high unless you're um who am I thinking of? The dude from Queen.
Freddie
Freddie
Mercury.
Mercury. Freddie Mercury, I guess, had the ability to have octaves higher um than most people or lower or something. He had an ungodly range that like wasn't human. But when you talk about the delivery and deathcore, like yeah, I mean you're just gonna it's cool. Everybody
Yeah.
has sort of like the same range for the most part, and everybody's the only one who's really unique in that aspect would be Phil from Whitechapel.
Yeah.
Is because his pronunciation is way better.
Yeah. For
Um,
sure.
but I mean you could say Mitch too. Mitch had a crazy delivery as well
Mm,
when he was
yeah.
alive. But
Like.
so I think it's funny because I don't think that I think that deathcore has sort of like morphed into something different, and these guys don't. They sort of fit the bill of what it was in like 2015. But nowadays in the 2020 on era, like I think that bands like it started with Suicide Silence, and I think that Suicide Silence was bad at it, and but then Whitechapel did it, and everybody was like,
Well.
"Oh, well, Whitechapel's better." I don't
Yeah.
know, but they did a better job at sort of introducing a new style, and then
Uh,
you took
Jump for
and then
Cowboy.
it kind of compounded from there. Bands like Shadow of Intent emerged on the scene,
Yeah.
and they had a totally unique way of doing things. They were a real like instrumental band. It was almost like vocals for them was way more support, um, as opposed to like the actual musicianship itself, and that kind of created this crazy like every band had to be like these insane solos and drum solos and these blast beats and everything, and it kind of took that off on a little bit of a tangent, and now we're kind of back to like you have to have crazy gutturals to even get a sniff, um which is like dude, I think that every hard like fucking deathcore um metalcore band, like everybody's got like the delayed drop fucking vocals that everyone headbangs to and acts like it's the world is ending. And
Yeah.
it's cool in the moment, but in reality, like that, it's whatever.
Okay.
I'm probably being, I know that I'm definitely just being a prick about it, but like, I don't see the hype anymore.
Okay, so you talked about interesting point. I will tell what I talked about in my review. Because yeah, my review was in French. There's subtitles, but I will resume it like just like briefly talk about it in the Shakespeare language. Um, I was saying that I was talking about Deathcore, and you're right. Deathcore emerged with Suicide Silence, Whitechapel, Job for a Cowboy, Chelsea Grin. Like those bands really popularized the genre.
All shall perish.
All Shall Perish too. I didn't talk about it because I didn't remember because there's so much band. I just said those four bands and many more. All Shall Perish include. Anyway, like those bands popularized the genre. But right now, for me and what I'm seeing on the scene, there's two waves of deathcore genre. Two popular waves. Like I'm seeing the blackened deathcore wave, like Lorna Shore, Diartis Murder, Carnifex. We can include now Shadow of Intent and a couple of other bands that are putting like some orchestral and black metal like style in their deathcore. And there's the other side. For me, it's the most popular because like this is what I heard about when I heard deathcore. I heard like a band that wave like the electronic with more noise, more brutal, like a little bit inspired by beatdown and down tempo stuff and like electronic noisy. I'm talking about Darko US, Brand of Sacrifice. There's also wait a minute. What did I said in my fucking review? I don't remember. God damn it. Go check my review for me. But yeah, like those band. Oh, Carcosa. I said Carcosa. Angel Maker. They used it a lot. Like for me, just
I feel like Angel Maker is fucking weird to me because like what do they
Yeah.
have, like three vocalists?
Yeah, they got free vocalists. Yeah,
That's like what are you guys doing? The
They got
Linkin
free-
Park of deathcore over
they
there.
got free vocalists and free guitarists.
Yeah. Well, Whitechapel had what, three guitars on the Valley.
Yeah, free guitars, but one vocalist. Angel Maker is
Yeah.
like 3-3, 1-1. One drummer, one bassist, three guitarists, three vocalists. Like one day we will see.
That poor drummer and bassist, huh?
Honestly, I want to see a band that is doing stereo stuff, like two drummers, two bassists. Like one drummer on the left side, one drummer on the right side, one bassist on the left, one bassist on the right side. Like one guitarist on the center, one guitarist on the left, on the right. Like,
We need more bands like Primitive Man and Full of Hell.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, you know
Soundboard
what
bands.
do we need? You know what do we need? Something even more brutal. Just one guitar, one bass, one drummer. That's all we need. We need Yatra again, or we need something similar.
I tell you, dude, that's why Yatra to me is like the fucking eight plus tier right now, because like you can't be doing all those things with three people.
It was
It's
still in my
insane.
top 10.
One guitar, one bass, one fuck. You're just killing it, you know. So it's
it
like,
was still in my top 10, and I agree with you.
I know. I'm just saying, dude. I'm just saying. You know?
It was still in my
I
top
just-
10, so I can agree with you.
I guess it's like, but dude, that's kind of the thing too. It's like when we were kids, like somatic defilement and the cleansing were like the fucking albums to listen to, right?
Yeah.
Because they were, you know, you talk about death metal, you had thrash thrash was probably still super popular among the youth because Slayer was still Oh God, Slayer put out a record in 2013.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't even remember what it's called. That had Jesus,
Relentless.
the Jesus face. Relentless.
Relentless.
Yes.
Relentless, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. So they put out a record in 2013. So it's like they were still sort of like around. Like it was just like you had Exodus was still hot. Lamb of God was still pumping out records. Metallica was still touring like really
Oh,
regularly.
it's
Um
repentless, not relentless.
Repentless.
Repentless,
Yeah,
and
and
it
it's got
was
that Jesus face on it.
it was out in 2015.
2015.
Yeah,
That was close.
you were close. You were
Yeah.
close.
Um so I don't know, it was just like to hear bands full of such hate, like because you didn't have like the technical black metal that we have now. Like that all sort of was emerging around like the 2018, 17. I feel like we were just starting to get bands that were like the real Black and Death and Death Doom and bands that were really starting to mesh things. So the heaviest thing you could find at that time was, you know, the cleansing,
Mhm.
somatic defilement. This is exile. Um, you had Doom, Job for a Cowboy, um, like cattle decapitation. You
Yeah,
know, these were like the heaviest records I think that you could find at that time. I mean, you still had Death and Obituary, but it was a different level. It was a different type of, you know, this was something that you're like you could really sink your fucking teeth into, that separated you from like, all of like your hardcore and your metalcore kit. Really, it was your metalcore because metalcore was so popular
I
between
mean, yeah.
Asking for Alexandria, Bullet
I
for
mean,
My Valentine. Like,
you talking about that, and like, you mentioned Death and Obituary. Death and Obituary, it's in another context, another time. If you compare it to Cattle, if you compare it to Whitechapel and Suicide Silence, it's a completely another context and time. I
well, that's what
like,
I'm saying. It was like you were split.
yeah,
So you start out with bands like Lamb of God. Like everyone always, like I always felt like if you were of the two trees, you still had like you listened to Metallica, Lamb of God, Slayer, the thrash,
yeah,
Megadeth, like, and then there was this. Really, it was like three pathways. You had people that were like really real death metal, and then real black metal. That was one tree. So you're fucking Scandinavian black metal dudes. Um, yeah, Death, Obituary, insert fucking um Florida death band here. Like everyone was sort of like in there. And then you had your metalcore, hardcore, and that was really the most popular because everybody it was still retained some, I don't want to say pop elements, but the subject lines were like
pop.
it was almost ballady, it was almost like a ballad in a lot of ways, and people kind of like, kids really fucking gravitated towards that.
My girlfriend left me.
Sort of, yeah, like it was kind of like it was like superhuman emotion, whereas the other side of the deathcore, you had things like Thy Art Is Murder, uh yeah, Whitechapel, Job for a Cowboy, All Shall Perish, Machine Head. I put Machine Head in that in the beginning.
Yeah,
In
in
the
the
beginning,
beginning.
Machine Head was pretty much like on board. They were pretty much deathcore, I would say.
Uh, you sure?
I think that they kind of leaned more this way.
I don't know. It's more for me. It's more like groovy, death, groovy trash. I don't know. I don't think deathcore. When I hear I'm hearing Machine Head, I don't think deathcore for them. But that's only my opinion. But yeah.
So I think the blackening
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
sort
Yeah.
of what I'm
Okay.
that album.
Okay.
Onto the Locust is kind of
This.
like Onto the Locust is it's borderline.
Yeah. Yeah. It's borderline. Yeah.
You know, like you'll see them on a bill. Like it would be like if you had Job for a Cowboy out there, Machine Head would probably be a supporting band.
Machine Head wasn't like older than Job for a Cowboy.
Well, Job for Doom came out in 2005.
Yeah, but like Machine Head is not a band from the 90s.
Well, The Blackening came out in 2007.
Wait a minute. Machine Head. It's a band from 91? I'm just like... The Blackening, yeah, you're right. 2007 was like the 6th album.
Really? Oh, Burn My Eye. Oh,
Burn My Eyes in 94.
The Burning Red.
The More Things Change in 97. The Burning Red in 99. The Supercharger in 2001. Through the Ashes of Empires in 2003. And 2007, The Blackening. Onto the Locust 11. Bloodstones and Diamond 2014. Catharsis in 2018. And Of Kingdom and Crown in last year.
Yeah, I guess I don't really know my Machine Head.
No, it's just funny.
I remember
like,
the only two albums I
Oh
really
my
listened
God.
to were The Blackening and Onto the Locust. That was it.
I love to hear
That's
you
pretty
talk.
much
You
it.
talk like with confidence. You talk with like
Dude.
you know your shit. And I'm
have
like,
to.
well, that band was out in 91.
They still would be a supporting band for Job for a Cowboy.
Which is pretty stupid. It's not stupid when you think about it. It's like the same thing with Lorna Shore and Ingested, Aborted that were opening for the last tour of Lorna Shore. Think about it. It's the same fucking thing. Like kids today that are listening to Lorna Shore, they will see like fucking like Aborted and Ingested live. They will see them like, oh, they're just support band for my favorite band, Lorna Shore.
on that note, Die Hard is Murder. Their best album is The Adversary.
The Adversary?
Yeah.
Die Hard is Murder? To be fair, I don't listen to Die Hard is Murder.
I'm just saying. No, I'm just throwing that out there.
Die Hard is Murder. The Adversary?
I have a Holy War poster though. Yeah, Holy War.
Holy War was good.
Holy War
like
was
I listened a little bit, but I'm not the biggest like Die Hard is Murder head out there. The Adversary is like the first album?
It's the first album. Infinite Death is was their EP, and I love Horror to a Chainsaw was a pinnacle song in the deathcore era.
Hate. I really liked Hate. The album
Hate is regarded as one of their best.
Reign of Darkness. Yeah, Reign of Darkness was so good. That song, man.
Yeah.
It was
well,
so
I will.
good.
What I'm trying to get at with my tree here, is that basically, all this deathcore started happening, and it was like that was supposed to be like the heaviest shit that you could listen to. Obviously, as a kid, right? Unless you were one of these kids that like loved Devourment, was like completely on another realm of like the grindcore, and like the heavy gore sort of era, like that was pretty much like the heaviest that you probably saw most people. And I feel like deathcore now has basically tried to go back to that. Like they tried to go back to like that era of deathcore. And I'll tell you, it's fun, but it's not the best music.
Yeah.
by any means.
No.
I don't think so. I think that now it can't really stand up to like not only the records that came before them, but
Mm.
really like some of the genres that come out now. You know, I
No,
feel
that
like Black and Death is like that's pretty much where all the best bands still sit to this day.
and I completely agree with you. And like if we go back even with my statement for my review, I said the best album in the deathcore, not in the metal in general. So yeah, but I completely agree with you. Like
I'm
with
just
all,
saying I'm not yeah I'm just saying that like some
no,
people like I've talked to people recently that were like, oh, Laura the Shore, best metal band in the world. I'm like,
not really.
I don't know if I'd go there. That's kind of hard. That's kind of hard to say.
Yeah,
But
and I completely agree with you. It's not the
it's
best
always it's
band,
always it's always
and
so hard
and
because it's so
even
subjective.
and even like the band that I reviewed, Distant, like I said in my review, like I said was the best because there's so much thing like all those cliche that they are using in the deathcore genre. Like right now in the electro noise genre, they are using a lot of doom influence sounds. You know the soundtrack of Doom, like Doom
Yeah.
from Doom Eternal and the Doom before. Like the Mick Gordon stuff, man, it's just fucking good. But everyone is using it. But I heard it so much that when I heard Distant using it, I was like, damn. Like it took me a while to realize it was like Doom for a moment, and I was like, yo, it's like they're really using it because they're making you forget that it's Doom influence. They're making you forget that. Like they are using it so well. They're using the cliche so well and not be like, oh, we are a band that is doing an homage to Doom. Like, no. They are doing it good. And that's what I liked about that album. They are using those cliche, but putting it with their personality. And I think this is what I need for an album of metal in general. I need personality. I don't need the same stuff repeating over and over again. I don't need Lorna Shore 2, please. That's what I mean. I don't know if we can agree on that, but yeah. Can we? I'm not sure. Are you sure? Why are you doing this to me? Why are you doing this to me?
I don't like Laura the Shore.
I know.
I've never really
I
even,
don't like.
but I'll say this, like I liked Flesh Coffin, but like I never really like loved it. Like I wasn't like
I
I've
don't
never really
like.
been a Laura Shore fan. I was a Signs of the Swarm fan in the
I
beginning.
I don't like the band Lorna Shore, but I would love to meet the guys still. Like if they are on the street somewhere, go take a beer with them. I would fucking love to meet the guys from Lorna Shore. This I would love. But saying that I'm a fan of Lorna Shore, nah, nah, no. I'm a fan of Devin Townsend only. but but yeah.
If it's not Space Core, it's not for me.
Dude, you killed me with that one. If it's not Space Go, it's not for me. Yes. Indeed. If it's not Zilto, it's singing. It's not good. Oh, fuck. Tabarnak.
Like,
God, yes.
dude, but like, I tell you, it's interesting. It's interesting that for so long all I heard was that like, oh, these phases oh, these bands went through these phases, they died. And then it's like now with this Random Sacrifice, Low and Ashore, it's like it's just they're just right back. They didn't the phase didn't die, it just like restarted. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like these bands that it basically just like reset themselves and now they're back to being like, the early days fucking
it's a
deathcore.
cycle. It's a cycle.
It's nuts. It's nuts.
It's a cycle, and life is a cycle. Like it's the trend. Really, it's like the trend of everything. The trend of like old shirt now. Oh, it's so trendy right now wearing like old shirt and like fucking squared like button up shirt like this. Like you look like a fucking caveman or like a fucking lumberjack or something. Like, oh, it's now trendy to put this. Oh, it's now trendy to like it's the trend. It's the cycle of life.
I mean, dude, you can tell I'm getting older because now
We are in the Lion King.
My ascension into Doom, or my descension into Doom, has pretty much consumed my life to the point where it's like Death Doom, Black Doom, or Black Metal. That's it. That's all I really listen to at this point.
I mean, what I'm listening to old stuff right now. I'm just listening to old stuff. And even, like, you remember when I said during the last episode of Whispers, during the top, I talked about the fact that I don't identify me as a metalhead? Right now,
Yeah.
I'm listening to French singer. I don't even listen to metal. Like I listen to death, I listen to metal too, but just like I listen to so much shit. Like recently, I just cried on a song, from a French singer. Well, French, Belgium, from Belgium, a singer from Belgium that is like somewhat now in Quebec right now. Living in Quebec, I mean. But yeah, like that's the thing I would love to experience one day.
What's your
if we meet again.
What's your album of the year right now?
Right now?
Right now,
Shit.
February.
Oh fuck. Right now, I will say negative vortex. Is it negative vortex?
I don't know.
Negative vortex?
I have no idea.
Because to be fair, I try to stay updated on the metal, but I think it will be like last year where I got problems with it. I got problems being updated, but there was an album that I very liked, and it was Jerry's pick. Like Jerry's like recommended it. And I think it was Negative Vortex. Yeah, I think it's... Wait a minute. I would check that on my YouTube. Wait a minute. Yeah, Negative Vortex. Tomb Absolute. It was out this year in January. To be fair, this was fire. It's not my shout out. It's just like a band that I love. Yeah. And right now, this album... It's one of my favorites right now of the year. Distant can count. I can count Distant in my album of the year, and it's out. Well, this episode will aired on Monday, so yeah, it's already out. But yeah,
I think that
Distant and Negative. Yeah,
my album.
What are
my album of the year so far is Eclipse of the Dual Suns, High Command.
Okay. I would check that out because I need to get updated.
It's a fantastic record. I listen to it a lot.
Okay.
Listen to it a lot.
I will listen to it. And what album are you excited for this year? Is there an album that you are very excited? I'm excited for the Cattle Decapitation album.
I am too. I would say the Cattle. It kind of sucks that it got
leaked.
Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of sucks. It kind of sucks, and I
Fuck,
completely
like,
agree.
what do you gain from that, dude? Like, just yourself. Just
People,
like,
people are bad to the core. People like got bad intentions to the core. No, okay, it's too philosophical. Okay.
you know,
I think
oh,
this
I do have a cat in here. It's Lita. Hi, Lita.
Lita.
Hi, baby. Hello.
No, but like, I don't mean bad to the core, but like, what is your gain about leaking something if not maybe the thrill of maybe pissing people off?
Yeah, I guess some people just really love to rile up others.
Like,
right?
I'm not
Like, that's
saying
kind of the
all
deal.
humans
They
are
get a
bad.
like their own like they get a rise out of like causing havoc, you know. Like
Yeah,
that's their
and
that's
I'm
their
not
thing.
saying all humans are bad to the core. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that some of them, those people that are leaking because like, oh, it's the thrill of pissing the society. Like,
I have another one. This one's called Beyond the Pines. It's a pale ale, 6% by Widowmaker in Braintree.
nice.
Kind of hard to see, but
What is the company again?
Widowmaker.
Widowmaker. I will have to re-listen to the editing because I need to get all the names right. But
These are both really good. This one is really this M16.
is it M16 or MI6? Because I see an I. It's
Oh, wow,
MI6.
It's MI6, isn't it? Wow, dude, I've been hammered every time I've had it, and so like I've just been like, it's M16.
I love you, Evan. I motherfucking love you. You're the kind of guy you don't need.
So I was,
you don't need glasses. You're like, oh, I can see fine. M16.
the 80 the dyslexic in me just looked at it real quick and was like, sick.
Oh my god.
Dude, I've been seriously, I've been calling it that since last weekend when I picked it up because I just picked it up real quick and I was like, sweet. I didn't even bother to like. Never even.
Do you have
it just never even fucking like. I don't know. No, you know what I am is I'm retarded. That's what I am. I don't think, dude.
We need to do a shirt like that. I'm not dyslexic. I'm retarded.
Like seriously, like I don't like. I swear, dude. I don't even. I wish I could say because like at least I could give you a reason if I was dyslexic. I didn't even get that far. I didn't even get that far. I swear to God, I just pick it up and I go, yeah. I don't even register it in my head. I see an M, I see a 6, I go, it's M16.
Like it's not M6, no, like, it's M16.
Yeah, that's what I do. Like, because like I swear, I wish I could give you like an actual like, oh yeah, he's just fucking, I'm dyslexic or whatever. Like I have a real problem, but I don't. I'm just dumb. I'm just look at it real quick and go, oh yeah, that's what it is.
me, it's completely the reverse fault, and I can use it as an excuse. I really have a diagnosis of autism, so I can say I'm not retarded. I'm autism.
Yeah, so you have a reason. I don't even have that. MI6. Wow, now I'm curious to see. No, wow, fuck.
Is it MI? I think it's MI6 because
it's MI6. Look.
Yeah, but it's MI6 because I'm thinking about the governmental agency from UK. The MI6 is like the FBI, but
really?
of UK. Yeah.
I gotta tell you, I mean, I like the. It's a very black metal sort of like. background to it. Like I can't even really tell. I think it's more or less like scratched up like MI6. Yeah. No, that's like a military. Yeah, that's a military thing. So
Well, my dude, we
that's pretty
need to
cool.
do a fucking beer trip together one day again. We need to.
I need to go to Canada. I
Yeah.
actually am working on getting my passport situation set up so that I can make a
Ooh.
trip. I'm
Ooh.
planning on it. I have two I'm planning on a couple vacations this year. One of them is um
The
I
camping
have a
trip
long weekend. I have a bachelor party. I have a long weekend bachelor party I'm going to
in
in
Montreal.
Nashville. No,
Uh,
Nashville. And then I have
Oh yeah, cowboy country. That's cool.
my son's first birthday. We're going camping.
Where? In Maine?
No, in Connecticut.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Connecticut. I got friends that live there.
Yeah.
Seriously, I got friends from the RPM Fest when you were not there. Like when you were gone. Like the next day, I woke up and I went to the drag queen bingo, and like I met some dudes, like dudes and a girl, and they were like, yo, hey, what's your name? And like we were just talking, and I talk about the podcast, and we're like, yo, that's so cool, you love metal, and we just like stayed together for all the
That was
weekend.
such a great place, RPM
And,
Fest.
and like those guys, and I have to shout them out, Mark and Bree from the Creepy Coroner in Connecticut. They're doing
Mhm.
some crazy art with like animal skull. So they're doing crazy art with it. It's fucking great. And other shits and like candles and other shit
Mhm.
like that. I will put the link in description. Go check it out. Their Etsy store and all that. Shout out to Creepy Coroner.
Yeah, and I do want to take a trip to Montreal this year.
You have
Um,
to.
I do. I
And I
wanted to do it during Heavy Montreal.
or you could do it during the 5th-year anniversary of Vox and Ups.
Isn't that in like October?
Yeah. Is it too late?
I don't think so. I think I could do that. I could definitely figure something out. It would only
Because
be like
Jerry's
a couple
supposed to
days.
come. Jerry's
Yeah,
supposed to come.
it would only be a couple days. Yeah, that's the thing. It would only be a couple days. I'd be
You can take like 3 days. Like I always do that when I came to see you. I just take like 3-4 days.
yeah. It's tough because saving for a house. So
Ah yeah, yeah.
that takes up a lot of everything. And I have 5 weddings
Oh
within this year and next year, so it's like my time is just so split right now. But
I,
I am trying. I don't know if I'll be able to come
on the 5th year.
on the 5th year, which is
That's all
disappointing.
right.
But what I will do is I'm gonna try to come when I come. The thing is that I don't like to come for like a couple days because I like to let loose because I know myself.
Yeah.
So when I show up, I want to show up for like a week. Like I want to be there for 5 days at least.
I mean,
5 or 6 days
if
is what
it's
I want to
during
do.
if it's during the vacation, like summer vacation, we can do that.
I'll have to figure something out because I definitely want to do that.
Because like if you want
I
to
just have
do
to
that,
find the time to do
because you
it.
know what I can do, what could be funny, like because you will be probably coming in car, I guess.
No, I'd fly.
Oh, if you fly, well, you go in Montreal. We could stay in Montreal a little bit, and I can show you a little bit of my country.
Dude, I definitely
The-
know that like we could definitely
like we stay in Montreal for sure a little bit.
like
but
at
we
that
could
point,
do.
do we just show up? Do we just show up to Matt's house at that point? Like beers in hand, vegan cheese and all.
Vegan cheese and all. But like, I don't even know where. Like, you will still have to get an hotel because he doesn't invite a lot of people at his house to stay.
No, I
so.
know.
But I know.
I guess more or less, like the logistics of it will have to be figured out once I actually.
Yeah, but I know some people that maybe we can stay because I still have to come in Montreal and get a place to stay too.
Oh, what I want to do is I want to stay above Turbo House.
Oh, it's not doing it anymore.
Oh, they don't do that? Oh.
Well, maybe they are doing it, but like they are saving it for bands.
And that's a good idea.
They're saving it for bands. But you know what we can do? Because like if I have to come from Quebec to go in Montreal to see you, we can take a room together.
Well, yeah, we could definitely
like we can split the room.
Something like that, yeah.
We do something like that. You pay your part, I pay my part, and that's it. I can like take a room somewhere and like we can take for a few weeks. And like if you come by plane, what we could do, we go in my part like in Pont Rouge and Quebec City, and you stay at my house.
So you know, I did think about what it would be like if I stayed outside of Montreal, right?
Because are you planning to come with your family?
Huh?
Are you planning to come with your family? That's another thing.
It would just be me.
If it's just you, well, I have everything sorted out.
Now, the thing is, too, that I thought about was, and if I don't, like, my original thought, because I didn't think about the Vox and Hops 5th year.
Yeah.
But what I did think about was how they do that beer fest that Matt goes to sometimes. I can't remember what the fuck it's called.
Le Mondial de la Bière? The Mondial?
I think so.
I think it's the Mondial. Yeah, Mondial is not like in October or something like that.
I can't remember.
I think it's in October, but I know there is Festibière. Maybe it's the Festibière? Festibière?
Yes.
Festibière? Yeah, Festibière. I think there's a Festibière in Montreal like August or July.
I would like to show up when it's well, that's interesting because I would like to show up when it's colder because I like the cold.
Yeah, but like if it's cold, like you need to come in winter, not in summer.
Well, I'm sure I know. I have to figure it out. I haven't really,
dude.
I've only like, just gotten things
but
stable again. So
okay, but what I can told you and take that in note. If you want to go outside Montreal and you want to go in Quebec, for example, you already have a place to stay because you can stay at my place. And like maybe during that time I will have an apartment for me, maybe, or I will just stay at my parents' home. That's two things. But I'm supposed to have an apartment this year. I'm still searching for a fucking apartment. God damn, it's so expensive.
It is.
But yeah, so I'm still searching, but I'm supposed to have an apartment this year. So if you want to come after July.
Look what I did today.
What have you done?
I passed.
What have you done?
I passed I got another license or certification. I got another certification.
Okay.
Healthcare facilities.
Ooh. Healthcare?
It was for my work. Yeah.
You're going to become a doctor?
No, so what this covers is anything that has to do with the medical gases.
Oh, okay.
Air compressors, vacuums that deal with healthcare facilities.
Okay.
I guess really in the nation, right? Because NFPA 99, yeah, that kind of covers that. So I took a test today. That's what I did.
You took a test, and was it good? Are you
I
confident?
did. I passed.
Oh, you passed. Good job, buddy.
I got a 91 out of 100.
Nice. Nice.
It was open book. So,
Oh. Okay,
So I
so
better
now
have
I
passed.
understand.
it was a you needed at least 70%. You needed at least a 70, so you could get 30 questions wrong, but
it's so funny because like when I did my course to become a graphic designer, well, infographist, but basically the same thing. Anyway, when I did my course, we only had like a few notes that we could take. And like I was
you want
like
me to take them?
Oh.
Okay. Huh? Yeah.
I thought that Drew was coming.
Do you want to see him?
Funko wants to see his little nephew.
Can I? Phil wants to see him. He's actually he's got hair now. He's changed a lot.
Because I saw the photos, but
He's got boogies too.
Boogies?
He's funny. Yeah, he's got boogies. Oh my god, he's got a lot of boogies. What are you doing? What are you doing? Say hello.
Hello.
Hey, ready?
Oh,
Oh, I got you.
Oh, he's so cute. I'm crying. Oh, my little nephew. You're so cute. You're growing so much.
He is. He's starting.
Oh my
He's
god.
starting to. He can walk in his walker.
Oh, he can walk.
He's starting to get to crawling. And he's also got teeth.
Oh shit.
Got about 8 teeth coming in.
8
I counted.
teeth.
Yeah, he's got
Damn.
8 bumps in his mouth. So
Holy
each
shit.
bump is like he's got a tooth coming.
Oh my god. Oh, Drew. I'm the happiest uncle now. Oh, he's so
Look
cute.
at you.
Oh, he's so
Look
cute.
at you.
Look at you.
Look at you. Look, you're on the podcast. Look at you.
He's so cute. So, he's so
but he's
cute.
He's doing really good. Look at his hair, huh?
He's got good hair.
Widowdog.
More hair than you. But
So the last time I was on the computer, I was playing High on Life, and I had him. He watched me. He likes my setup because he likes all the lights.
Ah, yeah.
You know, and so like he's really interested in like right now he's playing with my mouse, but like he's really interested in stuff like that. Oh Jesus.
He's not like me because when I was younger and I saw a mouse of a computer, I was like, I don't want to touch the mouse because I thought it was a real mouse.
Yeah, little do you know. Here you go.
No, he's like, he's so like, oh, he's so interesting. Like, he's a curious guy. He's like his father. he's very curious.
I don't know if he'll be a metalhead. It's going to be interesting. He likes beats. That's his thing. He likes rhythmic beats.
I mean, kids likes beats, but it always depends on what you make him listen to. Like, because like the thing is, it's not. You know the term acquired taste. It's not a thing that you come born with it. It's a thing that you develop with the time. It's like the beer. It's like the wine. It's like the cider thing. You develop.
Oh, the cat's here too.
Oh, the
Hi,
cat.
Roro.
Hey, Roro. What's up, Uncle Roro? Baby.
I think he's all set.
I don't think so.
I mean, going to the 5th year for Vox and Hops, I'd probably get VIP status, right?
Yes. Come on.
I hope.
Come on. Like, I got VIP status when I was at the 4th year. If you are with me, for sure you will have the VIP status.
What if I'm with you?
Dude. No, you will have VIP status by your own, dude. I'm joking. For sure, you are the ex after party king. For sure.
Hey, guess what?
What?
It's been full.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, so I will have to use your audio from Zoom. Nice.
Yeah, sorry about that.
No problem.
I looked at it and I was like, it didn't really show a lot, so I was like, oh, okay. I should be fine. And yeah, I guess not.
I guess not. Okay, so I will use your Zoom audio. Well, I'm lucky because I don't have to wait for you to send me your audio.
See? See? There you go. Look at on the bright side.
Always
Look on the bright side
optimistic.
of things.
Always optimistic.
Yeah.
So,
All right. Well,
let's
now,
do shout out.
Now we'll do shout outs. Yeah.
Let's do shout out now.
I think almost in an hour and 20 minutes. I think we got it.
Something like that. We fucking got it.
Oh boy. The question is though, what do I shout out?
Well.
Oh, I know what I'll shout. I know what I'll shout out.
I know what I'm shouting out. At first, I wanted to shout out my review that I just did, but I have another shout out, and it's not a band that released something this year. It's a band that I saw at the end of last year on December 13th. I don't know how to pronounce this, but yeah, it's the band that I'm sporting right now. Death Nap. Wow. It's an hardcore band from Montreal. God damn, those guys are fucking insane. They got an album.
On the back of that shirt?
No, there's a back. But wait a minute, I would have to strip a little bit.
Ah, nice. See, I love double-sided shirts.
Yeah, the double-sided is very cool.
I love shirts that have double-sided. So, like this one, we got from RPM Fest.
Yeah.
And then it also has.
Yeah, the
so
spooky
I
one.
love double-sided shirts.
I still have my Medusa shirt that we picked out at RPM from Slime and Grime. It's so.
That's what this
great.
one's from, Slam and Grind.
Yeah, John is a fucking great artist, but yeah, definitely.
He's a wonderful guy. He's a guy we gotta have on because fun fact, John actually was involved in. He's the other half of RPM Fest.
Yes, and we have to go to RPM Fest too. But yeah, I probably go, but like I said, I'm still trying to find an apartment. So yeah,
we'll figure something out. Like
I'll figure something out.
A lot of stuff we can. It's so early in the year, you know.
So let's continue with my shout out. Death Nap, I Am the Evil EP. I think it was out in 2022 or 2021, I think. But I Am the Evil from Death Nap. Go check it out because it's fucking insane. And yeah, Death Nap.
Well, mine kind of is my album of the year at the moment. It's Eclipse of the Dual Moons by High Command, a local band here in Worcester. Came out January 3rd, 2023. What more can I say? High Command is, I mean, top notch right now. Like this album is punishing. It's got a lot of exposure. It's fantastic. I mean, there's really, you just have to listen to fully grasp the power that album has. I always say this early in the year, but like I always say like, oh, it's gonna end up on my top 10, but obviously there's somewhere around the June, July area where like bands just start putting out ridiculous records and things get lost. Shadow of Intent, we talked about earlier. Eulogy was one of those that got lost for me because it came out in like January of last year, and I listened to that album all the way through, but it never made my top 10 for the final year. So, but I think that this record by high command is gonna sustain top 10 status throughout the year.
Yeah.
It's everything you could ever want from them in a sort of hardcore duality point of view. I mean, they're a great band, and if you've never heard them, be a good way to dip your toe in. So
Perfect.
high command.
I will listen to that for sure. But yeah, great.
I'll tell
great
you who.
shout.
I'll tell you who would love it is You can tell I haven't been drinking in a while because these two beers have already
What?
clouded my memory.
Jerry,
No.
the new one, the new guy from the review crew, James.
You mean, Benoit there?
Benoit, yeah, Ben. Call him Ben.
Ben?
Yeah, Ben.
Yeah.
Just Ben.
Ben might. He liked that sludge that I sent him.
Yeah, Skyping. He thought it was great. I need to see him. I've never saw the guy. I need to just invite him somewhere.
Well, if we end up going
in Montreal,
if we end up going to Montreal, then
for sure Ben will be down to do something. I'm sure of it.
Yeah.
And he got a little dog at his place.
Oh, lovely.
He got a doggo. But yeah.
But yeah, I mean that's gonna do it for us.
Yeah.
It's been a long time. Glad to be back.
Good. It's so good.
We're gonna get back into the guest thing, but it's probably gonna take us a little bit.
I think we will do it every 2 weeks. Is that good for you? Every 2 weeks?
An episode every 2 weeks?
Maybe. What do you prefer?
No, I'm fine with doing. I want to go back to doing
1 week.
If we can.
Every week. Oh yeah.
If we can.
If we can, yeah, no problem.
If we can't do an episode every week, if not then it would be the next week, but like every other. But always, I want to get back to a flow of episodes. I want to get back to having people on because we have people that ask to be on.
Okay,
we have people that
Okay, so let's do it. Let's plan for every week and not plan for every 2 weeks. But like if 1 week you can't, we skip it and we do it next week. Let's do that.
Yeah.
So if one of us can't, not just you, but like if I can't, we'll skip it and do it another week.
Yeah.
Fine for you?
Mm-hmm. That's good
shake
for me, yeah.
Shake my hand virtually. I thought I was jerking off.
That's what I thought too.
Shake my hand virtually. So,
Fuck.
It was Whispers from the Void. You were.
I'm Evan.
And I'm Phil. And see you on the next one. Cheers.
Bye.